What's up? Got the Fleetwood out of the shop for a little bit. Not too long, but just enough to get that Impala done. Got it cleaned up a little bit, but I almost messed up really bad. I'll take you along and show you what I did. And the worst thing is, I knew I was doing it. I still did it. So when I pulled the car out of the shop, it had been sitting in there for quite a few months as I've been working on it. There's a lot of grinder dust sitting on top of the car. You know, that happens. It gets in the air, it settles on things. And I pulled the car out of the shop, and I was kind of excited to get to work on that Impala. So I'd pull the Impala in the shop and left the Cadillac outside with the grinder dust on it. And I knew I should have washed it off. And like I said, I messed up. I didn't wash it off. And it rained a few times, had time to dry. The air hit it, the air dried obviously. And all that grinder dust turned to rust. And I don't know how good it shows up, but that's the roof. There's a terrible bodywork that I paid to have done. But needless to say, I mean, the whole car is like that. Just rust stained everywhere. It was actually a lot worse. I mean, I've washed it since then. You can see a pretty good spot there. That's all just from grinder dust. It covered the hood, which I got the hood pretty well clean. I sat out here probably about 3 hours, no kidding, clay barring it. Just one little spot. You know, I worked in an area probably about yay big for a long while until it was good and smooth, you know, and I could wash it off. I didn't see any rust, but there is still some on here. You know, I just washed the car and I still can see a little bit. It's a lot better than what it was, but I think I'm gonna have to take it and probably get it buffed because there's still a little bit in there. The hood has been repainted. They did that when they did the roof. Didn't do that great of a job on it either, but it's decent looking. And that was part one of messing up real bad. Part two, kind of thought was even worse. I had almost, you know, kind of got discouraged on working on the car and really is just going to take a break from it. But I'm trying to meet a goal to go down to Orlando in October. As you can see in these next few clips, the passenger side tire was bowing in pretty bad at the top. The A-arms are reinforced, the ears are reinforced, the spring pocket's reinforced, the bottom of the belly is reinforced, the front of the belly is not reinforced, and nor was the outside of the frame. I beat on the car a little bit. I didn't beat on it that bad. The intro video that you guys have always seen of this car, that's about the worst I've really beat on it, and that's not that bad. But anything can happen. The previous owner, he liked to drive around locked up, which is a terrible thing to do on suspension. I'm gonna make a video about that, you know, good things and bad things to do while you're driving. A lot of people like riding locked up, and that is a tremendous amount of stress on your frame. Not to mention your body, you know, your suspension has no travel whatsoever. But anyways, that's another video. So, I noticed it when I pulled it in the shop. I didn't think it was that bad. I was, you know, kind of hoping maybe I just seen something weird, was thinking weird. But when I pulled it out, it seemed even worse. And it's just, I guess I never noticed it that bad. But I pulled it out, locked it up. Man, it looked like the damn tire was about to fall off. It kicked in. And I was like, what the heck? I was looking at the driver's side, looking at the passenger side, and it was night and day difference. It was like I never extended the A-arm at all. So I was pretty down in the dumps about that. So I've been looking at it and looking at it and looking at it, and just can't find anything wrong with it. You know, the ball joint seemed tight. Couldn't tell if the bushings were good or not. It looked like they were. And I was just like, man. So I was like, obviously the belly had caved in. You know, that's the only other thing I could think. The ears, you know, everything was intact. I looked to see if maybe like the ears were pulling back or something. Everything was good. Couldn't find any cracks in the frame, nothing. So I was getting ready to do some major surgery. I was actually going to do like a backyard belly split. I was going to hook one side of the car to a tree with a ratchet strap and hook the other side of the car to my trailer with my winch. Basically put a slit in the bottom of the belly and see if I could shrink it. I mean, a frame puller will do the same thing. So, I don't know. It was worth a shot. I mean, I didn't have anything to lose. I'd done all the reinforcements on the back of this frame. I did the whole rear end setup, all the suspension. I already got the driver's side partially wrapped. So it would have sucked to have to put another frame under this car. So I was willing to try just about anything. But before I did that, one day I was sitting here, the next day I was gonna pull it back and start getting ready on it. And I was laying there and I was looking all over, had my flashlight shining all around, and I noticed something. I was like, how did I not see that before? But when the car was down, the A-arm was locked all the way up, so I couldn't see the bushing. So I had it about halfway up. I could actually see the back of the bushing. I seen that it was worn out, and the crossbars leaned all the way towards the front of the A-arm, which had pulled the A-arm in. I was like, oh man, I hope this is gonna work out like I'm thinking it is. So I went and got the jack, and I jacked up under the suspension, took all the weight off the vehicle. And I'll share with you here what I seen, and it really made me happy to see that. Ew. So I bought some new bushings, and I'm gonna get it back down to the shop, tear off the A-arm, put the new bushings in it, hope and pray that it is completely fine like it should be. I'm pretty confident it is. So as soon as I'm happy with that, I'm gonna start carrying on and finishing wrapping the front end of the frame. And I figured while I got out of the shop, might as well clean it up. It's been a long time since I've seen it looking good again. I also got a drive shaft built. Slip yoke. So I got the video coming up for you guys on that, because I definitely had some questions. A lot of people had some questions. I had the general basics of a slip yoke. I mean, I knew what it did. I kind of knew where I needed to measure. The guy at the drive shaft shop actually enlightened me a lot. I kind of wish I would have took his advice a little bit better, but I just didn't understand it until it clicked. By then it was actually too late. I had the drive shaft built. It was already in the car, and I kind of put two and two together, and ding! Yeah. And if you guys follow Eric's channel with the purple Lincoln, I'll put a link in the description for it if you don't. But he was having some drive shaft issues. He's got a slip yoke in his also. He's got major lockup on that car. But nonetheless, he was starting to have vibration issues, and seen a few pictures of the drive shaft. I kind of think I know why it did it. Hopefully I'm not going to have that same problem with mine. I may. Mine's kind of along the same lines. I didn't really need as much slip as I thought I would. When I measured it, it kind of seemed like a lot. But after actually having the drive shaft in the car and looking at it, it really only travels about 2 inches. So we'll see. You know, time will tell. It'll be an expensive mistake if it does tear up. But doing it for you guys. That way you'll know and you won't mess up. But yeah, I got a video coming out about that. And we'll touch on the subject later on, years from now, hopefully, when I'm driving it and don't have any problems, and I can say, it wasn't that bad of a deal. But we'll see. But this is where I'm going to end it. I just wanted to give you guys a little update on what's going on with my Fleetwood. It is still here. It's looking pretty good. Woo! So I'm going to get it back down to the shop, start working on it here pretty soon. Hopefully, maybe this weekend. I do have to go get another car this weekend, which you guys may be amazed. I know I will. I've been wanting to work on this car for a long time. It's been one of pretty much my all-time favorite lowrider hoppers. Yeah, show hopper. I don't know if we're going to make it hop or not. I would love to. It's all up to the owner. I'm not sure if he wants to hop it still. I know he just wants to drive it. He's had it for a little while. Had a few hiccups here and there, so we're going to get it, take care of it, and get it reliable again. Maybe hop it. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. It'd be cool, though. But until then, I'm going to bring that back down to the shop. So hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment. You guys are awesome. See ya.
What seems to be the problem?
Good shot. Got away free. It lives to die another day.